Look into my eyes. When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world.
This is the Wrestling Matters podcast where we stand up for professional wrestling.
Here we fucking go!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another installment of the CWC Wrestling Matters podcast. That's right, hosted by me, Anthony Walker. Just want to give a quick little disclaimer. Sorry for the previous two episodes. I did mess up. They're all sorted out, so hopefully that will not happen again. But like I say, guys, this is what it's like when you try and build podcasts and create podcasts for your listening pleasure. I am a one-man band when it comes to this kind of stuff, so bear with me. I'll get them out as best I can. Right, guys, the final episode before the quarterfinals. So, CWC Cruiserweight Classic. Rich Swann took on Lince Dorado, and it was a great match to kick off. Slow start, very slow start, from my perspective anyway, but it soon picked up. Dorado with a beautiful slingshot, as Ronaldo called it, slingshot springboard plunger, double scissors kick, which was hilarious because they both connected at the same time, and then they ended up laying out, and it was just beautiful to watch. It somehow like turned into a fight kind of thing, you know, because they were really hard hitting stuff. They were really firing each other, psyching each other up, and everything, and a Phoenix Splash gets the win after a couple of near falls as well. But Rich Swann manages to win with a Phoenix Splash, which is Seth Rollins' old move, and gets the victory and moves on after Dorado missed with a shooting star press, although he didn't do what Brock Lesnar did. Either way, Rich Swann moves on to the next round of the Cruiserweight Classic, which is the quarterfinals as well. So it was a great match to kick off. Back and forth stuff, hard hitting chops and psyching each other up and everything kind of stuff and everything, and it was great to watch. Great way to kick off the episode. Right, Drew Gulak one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr. It started fast, just as you would expect from a Zack Sabre Jr. match. It was mat wrestling. Although Drew had a counter for everything Zack had. Hard-hitting match. You know, even Sabre Jr. was getting psyched up about it, slapping him a few times and that. It was a counter after counter, mat wrestling, British-style wrestling as well. You know, and you would expect a technical wrestling match as well when you have a Zack Sabre Jr. in it. And it was just great to watch. And Zack countered Drew's finishing move, which was the Dragon Sleeper, to get a roll up and get the victory. And Gulak was very, very disappointed in that loss, and he ended up reluctantly shaking the hand of Zack Sabre Jr. and Zack moves on to the next round of the tournament. But he reluctantly shook the hand, man. It was heartbreaking for him, it really was. But great match to watch nonetheless as well, especially if you're a technical wrestling fan, or you like the technical wrestling side of professional wrestling as well. Now we go straight into the main event, Johnny Gargano and TJ Perkins. A hard-hitting match, as you would expect. Johnny came into the match with an injured leg. A very weird spot in the match. The injured leg was from the NXT TakeOver Tag Team match. The very weird spot in the match where I think they ended up kicking each other, knocking each other down, and then both getting the double pin, and the referee's there counting both men out, which was very weird. Very weird, but they both kicked out, thankfully, otherwise they would have probably both been eliminated. And, yeah, TJ Perkins did his thing, man. He kept up with Johnny Gargano, and he actually worked the leg of Johnny as well, that bad leg, which helped him out very much because it got to the point where he ended up pulling off a shock win with a knee bar and making Johnny tap out. One spot in the match which didn't help Johnny at all. So Johnny he did a flip dive from the ring apron onto TJ Perkins on the outside, like one of them front flip dives like you do if you're doing it over the top rope. But he did it off the apron, and his knee or his leg whacked the timekeeper's table, which didn't help matters, much to the dismay of one Daniel Bryan as well, which was great to watch, no question about that. And yeah, like I said, TJ pulls off a shock victory and moves on to the next round of the tournament as well. And yeah, it was great to watch, top to bottom, great matches. Not really much to talk about in terms of the matches, because you just have to go and watch them yourself. If you haven't seen the episode of CWC, go and check them out. Go and check out all the episodes of CWC, which are on the Wrestling WWE Network. Also, I would imagine there's some websites out there that will probably have them on there as well. You know, bootlegged or whatever. They are highly recommended to watch. Just be careful in what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to mention any websites. I know a few websites that will probably have the WWE wrestling on there, but I'm not going to mention their names because at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like I say, I've watched a lot of wrestling from various websites that have wrestling on their sites as well. So, like I say, I'm not going to mention any names, but in any event, that is it for this episode of the CWC. I'll be back next week with another review of the very first episode of the quarterfinals as well next week as well. So it's going to be great to watch nonetheless. And it all finishes September 14th from what I've got. So not long now to go, but it's worth the watch. So until next time, guys, my name is Anthony Walker for the Wrestling Matters channel and SoundCloud. Peace out.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Professional wrestling, this is it. This is us standing up. Yes, 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 yes. That's 13-14. Till death.
Dina, I am the best in the world.
'Cause that's the bottom line. 'Cause Stone Cold Simpson.